name is Rickia Woods, and I'm part of Cuff Foundation, Community Unity First. And in the summers, we do Black Genocide Awareness Week, where we focus on psychological and self-genocide in the Black community. So this year, we are calling a boycott to self-genocide. What is self-genocide, you might ask? Black self-genocide is the systematic elimination of the Black race through self-killing and self-destruction. So this year we are calling a boycott where you can't fight, shoot, kill another Black person. It's time to stop the violence. We are calling for a truce, a Black Truce Week, a moment to live in peace and harmony amongst Black people. So from July 13th to the 20th, that is a Black Truce Week. We are calling for a truce amongst our people. So we are offering a prevention service. So for Black Truce Week, we will have a Black Truce hotline where you can call in to a trained expert we call truce makers, and we take in your information, and then we have somebody contact you, and we will help to de-escalate the situation, because it takes a community, and this is why I'm putting that out there, so other organizations, organizers, and community leaders, we come together. It's a call to other people that's ready for change within our community, and to put the word unity back into our community, because it's up to us to change what's going on in our neighborhoods. So I'm super excited to announce this year's theme. This year's theme for Black Genocide Awareness Week is healing through nature. We've been so disconnected as a people from nature. It's time to reconnect and heal as a people. So this year, healing through nature will be the theme, and you can go to Cuff's website to see the series of events that we will have for the week. Not only are we countering the boycott, but we're bringing the people together with community fun events.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tone, and I am the host for Word Around Town, and this is Word Around Town's Boycott Self-Genocide. As you all know, Word Around Town is a dynamic and engaging program dedicated to showcasing the voices of our Black professionals, activists, and artists within our community. We feel that it's important for our people to have an outlet, a place to go to engage in resources that'll give them more information, that can educate, can uplift, and further our innermost self and essential nature. Okay. Of course, I want to thank Brother Stephen Muhammad for this opportunity today and this platform in order to share this message that we have with you guys today. We are not only getting into a conversation, we are getting into something that's revolutionary. I am so excited. It brings me down to of course, talk to, how can I put this? Let's invite, of course, the woman who is the star of today. She is our guest, and we can get into the theme for today's program. We're joined today not only by a woman who has made it her mission to interrupt destruction, but plant seeds of unity. She is a peacemaker. She is a visionary. She's a cultural healer. She's the founder of the Cuff Foundation, which is, of course, Community Unity First. We'll touch base about that a little bit more. I love that name. We need to stand for it. And of course, it's an organization that's not just about making a change, but it's about delivering change. It's about taking steps and actions towards making something happen for our people. She's also the force behind Black Truce Week, which is happening right now, July 13th through July 20th. And we'll touch base about that a little bit more as well. Who else is doing that? Who else is thinking like this? Okay, she's here tonight, and she's here to talk about boycotting self-genocide. I think we need to lean in. I think we need to tap into this conversation, and it's a time for a call to action. So I want to, of course, welcome the incomparable Rickia Woods. Yes, ma'am.
First of all, thank you for that amazing introduction. I'm over here blushing right now. I'm like, oh my God.
You deserve it. You put in the work. Yes.
I love it. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it so much.
Yes, ma'am. I am so grateful to have you here today. We're going to get into some details, okay? We're going to talk about your mission, some events that you have upcoming as well, and to get a little bit more knowledge about you so we can figure out who is Miss Rickia Woods, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I think that kind of brings us into, of course, the first question, which is, can you tell us a little bit more about you, who you are, and where you came from?
Okay. So, hi, everybody. My name is Rickia Woods, born and raised in Gem City, Dayton, Ohio. This is where I'm from. This is where I want to uplift my people, and this is where I really want to see unity happen. That is within my community. I'm founder of Cuff Foundation, Community Unity First, which we focus on mental health and psychology in the Black community. Our one of my favorite programs with the organization is the Reach the Youth Initiative, which we focus on building emotional intelligence in our youth, and we make healing fun. So we didn't had a game night, movie night, emoji party, a cooking class. So the thing is to focus on healing, but make it fun and engaging, so the kids don't even know that we're trying to build, emotional regulation, right? Because sometimes it gets so what's the word I'm looking for? Like on paper, asking questions, dotting lines. No, like sometimes that could draw people away. So we try to make it fun and engaging. So that's really our focus, is psychology and mental health in the Black community specifically.
Absolutely. And I love that. And one thing I can definitely say is it's so important to incorporate those additional things, like being hands-on and tapping into nature. I know you have an event that's coming up soon that we're going to talk about too, that's going to have exotic animals and everything. And it's so important because you're bringing forth different age groups. You're bringing forth just different groups within the community, and everybody can kind of come together and share this one thing, because there's so much common ground and so much similarities through art, through animals, through nature, through all of that. So that is super important. I want to thank you for what you are doing, ma'am. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. I wanted to ask you, was there a particular moment where you feel like it kind of called you to this line of work and to start doing what you're doing?
Yes, it was three things. Yeah. So when I started Cuff November 2020, we'll be coming up 3 years, November 2025. So when I started it in 2022, that's when which one of the Migos, Takeoff, had got killed.
Yes.
All these people just posting like all these rappers that had got killed, like our men deserve to grow old, but yet we're dying in the hands of another Black person. So we're not really addressing the elephant in the room. And then I remember Kanye West had dropped like an interview around then too, talking, kind of going heavy on unity and how we need to uplift our people and stop the music. And I think that was really like a push. Like, okay, so I end up on Gettysburg and Hoover. If you from Dayton, Gettysburg and Hoover is a high traffic area. I'm like, I'm about to go out and I'm about to go protest. So I had signs, I had picket signs like "Stop the Destructive Music," "Save Our Youth," "Our melanin is worth more than gold." So it was me, my cousin, and my uncle, and we're on Gettysburg and Hoover with signs.
Love that.
I'm out there like, this is what I'm on. Like, we really have to stop the music because it's destructive in nature, right? And so we're glorifying self-genocidal behavior. Like, it's a psychological conditioning that our people don't even know that we're under. And so I end up going back to my cousin's house and my auntie out, and we were in. I feel like the Willie Lynch letter should be a mandatory read in every Black household. If you have ever heard me talk, ever heard my lectures, ever heard me say anything, I'm heavy on the Willie Lynch letter. So we're handing out like quotes from the Willie Lynch letter. So I go back to my auntie house, and my cousin's house. My auntie was there. She was like, "You should start a nonprofit, and the first thing you should do is do like a lecture on the Willie Lynch letter." A month later, I started my nonprofit, and the first event that I had was the making of a mental slave for the next 1,000 years. And I break down the Willie Lynch letter and how this slave master predicted our culture and our community hundreds of years later, because he said, if you implement these tools and you have your kids implement these tools, we're going to be able to control the slaves for the next 300 to 1,000 years. So what we're seeing is a psychological conditioning on the Black community, and it's an attack on our minds. And, I had 2 uncles that died from self-genocide. One was shot over 17 times before he turned 30. One spent over 11 years in prison, got out only 4 years later, and he was found on the side of the road. So this is really personal to me. So when I started it, I'm like, okay, I want to reduce the prison rate within the culture, and then I want to reduce, at the time, I was saying Black on Black crime, right? Now I coined it self-genocide because that it touched your nerve.
It taps into something a little deeper. Yes.
And so when I'm doing this, I'm like, it's a deeper rooted problem within our community, and I realize it's a mental health crisis, and some of our people don't understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I love that because I think we always end up finding ourselves in situations, especially in this community, where we take action when it's too late. We seek the information, the resources when it's too late. And when these things have already happened and we're like, dang, what can we do? You know what I mean? And I think it's so important for our community to have access to things like this, to feel like, okay, well, I feel stalled, or I feel like there's nothing I can do. There is something you can do. There's always something you can do. And you have the information to provide. And that's why I'm so glad that you are here today.
Thank you.
And I wanted to know if you can, for the viewers, define self-genocide, please.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
the definition that we coined for self-genocide is the systematic elimination of the Black race through self-killing and self-destruction. So in
Mhm.
shorter terms, self-genocide is the Black murder and Black violence that we see within our community. But once we understand that it's systematic and we learn the psychological war on our people, we'll be able to heal as a people. Because when you study something called epigenetics. Psychological
Mhm.
trauma is inherited and is passed down through the DNA.
Wow.
PBS did a study with it with the Holocaust victims. And I wouldn't say they haven't studied it with the descendants of slaves, because there's been a plethora of Black and African American artists and psychologists that have studied this. But I think we need to go more into deeper in layman terms with the epigenetics that goes on with the descendants of slaves. Not only was it slavery, we had Jim Crow, we had the crack
Mhm.
epidemic, and now we have this like this death culture that's been dismissed out on our people. So we have
Yes.
to understand the hundreds of years of systematic and psychological trauma that our people have inherited.
And I'm so glad that you brought up the music, the entertainment, what we're seeing on our phones every day. We've really normalized this in our culture today. This is something that people see every day, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Or it could be "Rest in Peace," or it could be, "Oh, this was my favorite rapper," or "Oh, this was my," And we try to savor the moment once it's gone, and then we're like, okay, well, this is normal. We've seen this yesterday. We'll see this tomorrow. And I think what we really need to change is that dynamic and that mindset, for sure. And like you said, it's been around for a very long time, and I'm glad that there's really a name that's being put to it. We're categorizing it, and now when you categorize it, you have the knowledge about it. Now you can do something about it. Now there's no excuse, because knowledge is power. And that's again why it's so important what you are doing here today. And then I wanted you to kind of further explain, how do you feel like self genocide shows up? Like, what does it look like in somebody's lifestyle, in somebody's mindset, in their, in taking accountability? What does self genocide look like in the everyday world?
The leading cause of death for Black men in the United States, ages 14 to 44, is homicide. And it has been homicide for the past 55 years. For half a century, the leading cause of death for Black men in the United States is homicide. Black children are 13 times more likely to be killed by gun violence than white children. Black women are astronomically more higher to die by homicide than any other race of women in the United States. That is what self genocide looks like as a
Mhm.
lifestyle. And then we've normalized it. We call places like Chicago Chirac. We name it
Mhm.
after a place where war, disease,
Yeah.
famine happens, and we think that's something to boast about. That's not a boast, right? Right?
Mhm.
We have become the ignorant race, and we're glorifying our extinction and our demise. And at some point, there has to be an end to it. We have to go back to being like, okay, something is not right about this, right? The leading cause of that 14, that's a kid. That's a
Yes.
baby. Just
Yes.
last year alone in Dayton, 90% of homicides were Black males. Majority of them were youth. We had 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds dying. Where's the protest? Where's the outrage, right?
Mhm.
Somewhere and that's what it looks like as a lifestyle. When this happens and nobody is upset about it, there's no uproar, there's no protest, there's no what are we gonna do, right? We
Yes.
have all these youth violent meetings, and it's like, okay, we've been talking now for the past 40 years. Boots on the ground is what we need at this point. We need Black men that's willing to go out there, help the youth, help the community, women behind them, protect, being nurturers while they go out and protect. Like, we know what we
Mhm.
need to do. we done talking at this point. I'm ready to get to it.
I think it is so amazing. Okay. The conversation that we had, like, because I just feel like all I can do really is boast about you right now. Okay. Because I am, as you know, just meeting you as of recently,
Yeah.
right? And
Yesterday.
we, yes, yesterday, yes. And even the conversation that we had yesterday, I got off the phone like, you know what, I need to know this girl. Okay, I need this in my life. I need it in my life because what you have to say is so powerful. And I feel like I love what you said when it's not just time to talk about it. It's not just, we're not just sitting down and yes, it is time for action. Like this is an emergency as of right now. And you know what? I think that a lot of the times is what can keep us stagnant is when we feel like, okay, well, let's just sit and let's talk about it. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what we can probably do. No, you're actually putting action. And like you said, boots to the ground. Okay. We're getting it done. And I absolutely love that. I do. And I think I kind of want to tap more into CUF as well, community unity first, and kind of the start of that and what your future plans are for CUF.
What are the future plans for CUF?
Yes.
Oh man. My dad always told me shoot for the moon just in case you gotta land in the sky. So what that looks like, what CUF, I don't know. I just have to keep being consistent, knowing this is my mission, knowing that this is my purpose, and keep moving forward. Black Genocide Awareness Week cannot stop, and it won't stop. Continuing to pour into the youth, because as Frederick Douglass said, one of my favorite quotes of all times, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men, right?
Ooh.
So we have to really focus and nurture our youth and let them know that we do care. Let's go out here and they see we out here and they see that we care, that they dying and they getting locked up and they don't have nowhere to go, and it's somebody that care about them sometimes more than their parents do. So definitely pouring back into the youth. And my people will perish from a lack of knowledge. Continuing to educate our people on the importance of self-genocide. The Willie Lynch letter. I do lectures and seminars as well. That's how I started CUF, right? Putting researching and educating myself so I can educate the people and let them know what's going on, what happened in the past, how we got here, where we're going to go in the future, right? So what CUF looks like is continuing unity, community, and putting the youth first.
Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. And speaking of the youth in our community, I know that you have Black Truce Week going on right now. And it started, I believe, July 13th, right?
Yes.
And it is up until July 20th. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So Black Truce Week, that was something that I started this year. Black Genocide Awareness Week has been going on for the past 3 years.
Yes,
but I see boycott things and organizations and companies is a trend right now. So I'm like, okay, let me hop on the trend. Let's boycott something. I'm not gonna say that don't really matter, but for my purpose and for what I stand for, it don't matter what I got going on. But I respect if that's your decision, but I'm like, okay, if Black people gonna boycott something, let's boycott something that we see firsthand in our community all day, every day. Let's boycott self-genocide, and that goes for fighting, shooting, and killing another Black person. I'm like, okay, we about to call the Black Truce. It's a Truce Week, a moment to live in peace and harmony within the Black community. Because when you come from what I come from and what I've seen, you don't hear peace or harmony, especially in the Black community. So let's change our cultural paradigm, right? Let's shift the culture. Let's shift the mindset in our community. Let's put these words into our vocabulary. Let's instill this into the youth. So, okay, Black Truce Week. We call it a truce, peace and harmony. You can't fight, shoot, kill another Black person. And we started a hotline, a Black Truce hotline, 937-343-5707. From the 13th through the 20th, you can call in to a truce maker or text truce to that number, and we can try to de-escalate situations for you, right? And then I know, shout out to New Era Dayton and shout out to the Mission, those two organizations. There are men out here, boots on the ground, going to different neighborhoods trying to de-escalate situations or just bring love and light into our communities, because that's all our people are asking for, but they don't know it. They're asking for it subconsciously, but they're
Mhm.
masking it with liquor and alcohol and fighting and flight or flight
Yes.
mode.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? I think that that is the perfect segue. We're going to take a quick break, really quick.
Okay.
We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be back shortly, and then we could tap a little bit more into some events that you have coming up. Okay, how people can figure out how to contact you, where to go, how to be there. We're going to get into it.
Are you
Yes.
ready to take control of your health and empower your immune system? Introducing Immunity Empowerment, a comprehensive guide to understanding and enhancing your immune system. For those looking for a holistic method to boost the immune system, Immunity Empowerment is the book for you. Learn how your immune system functions and discover the key to its strength and resilience. From the shadows of slavery to the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, explore the pre-existing conditions that have disproportionately affected the Black community, such as diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. Western medicine often takes a compartmentalized approach, where sometimes the cure can seem worse than the disease. Uncover the implications of Western medications and why they come with side effects. The hope is not lost. Meet the nutritional superheroes, foods, herbs, and vitamins like vitamin C, zinc, garlic, and antioxidants that can supercharge your immune system. Discover the science of fasting and its profound health benefits when done mindfully and safely. Breathing properly, such as diaphragmatic breathing, can have positive effects on your immune system and overall health. Never underestimate the power of a good night's rest. Sleep is crucial for your overall health and immune system. Understand the life-saving power of breastfeeding and its benefits for both mothers and children. Be aware of depopulation and immunity-weakening culprits. Learn about the foods that negatively affect your immune system. Sugar, the greatest drug on earth. Discover how it undermines your immune system. The mind-body connection is powerful. Positive thinking can boost your immunity, while negative thoughts can weaken it. Enhance your physical and mental resilience with regular physical activities like walking or yoga, and mental exercises like mindfulness and stress reduction. Never underestimate the power of prayer. It profoundly impacts your well-being by connecting mind, body, and spirit. Healthy relationships are key. Find resources aimed at improving health within the Black community. Escape media madness. Learn how media shapes young minds and how to protect them from harmful images and messages. Explore the impact of alpha waves and mood music on your health and well-being. Cultivate abundance by building your home garden for self-sufficiency and improved well-being. Discover alternative forms of building and maintaining health. Empower your immune system today. Get your copy of Immunity Empowerment and start your journey to better health. Available now, get the softback at Amazon or the ebook with hot links to references and resources at Amazon, Gumroad, and Patreon.
I am glad that we got a chance to touch base a little bit more on Black Truce Week and its importance and how it's such a revolutionary topic. We touched base on that right before we just went to our commercial break. And I think I kind of want to dive a little bit more into the Black Truce Hotline. I think that, of course, we know that this works. We know how important it is. But why do you feel like this kind of live conflict de-escalation is so important in our community right now?
Because we don't have it in Dayton, Ohio. We don't have it. Before I did it, I looked into it. We have a suicide hotline. The Dayton Police Department do some type of mediation, conflict mediation downtown, but it's usually for like parental, conflict.
Yeah.
You have to go in and you have to schedule an appointment. There is no on site. I can call this number and try to help. So I feel like it's important because it's not being done within our community, and we really need it. And I want people to understand you can call in and get help, or you could just text. If you
Right.
don't want to talk, and it's confidential, you don't have to say your name. anything, and you can tell us what's going on. And I feel like it will be important once we establish this, and the other organizations that I mentioned, they have Black men that's ready to be in the community, helping our people, helping our youth, helping our young men, that we can go and de-escalate it before it gets too far.
Absolutely. What would you say in this point where you are now in your career and the furthering of the movement? Where would you say most of like your passion, your drive to continue comes from? Like, do you feel like it's a result driven kind of thing?
It's my purpose.
I know that's right.
I
love that.
The Most High, the universe, gave me a vision, a clear vision, and not to act on it or walk in it.
Yes.
It had me powerless.
Yes.
So I know what I'm here for, and I know that this is my purpose. And I'm grateful to even find my purpose, because if you would have told me 10 years ago, this is what Rickia Woods would be doing, I probably would have looked at you crazy. Like, I'm teaching for DPS schools. Like, I want to go back to school to be a mental health counselor. Like,
yes.
Is it any money in that? Right. So I went from being money driven to being purpose driven. And it's like fulfilling me in a deeper and blissful way. So long story short, it's my purpose.
I love that. Do you have any message for anybody out there, whether it be the youth, whether it be our elderly, anybody within our community that at this point feels scared or feels like they're stalled to take action? Do you have any message that you could give them to kind of give them a little bit more push to take some action?
I had seen something on social media, and it's a word that kind of stuck out to me, and it was paralyzed. So don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let fear hinder your growth. Don't let fear paralyze you from your potential, right? The opposite of fear, I would say, is trust or faith. So have that trust, have that faith in whatever that you have, right? Because sometimes when we don't act on it, if you're not evolving, you're revolving, if that's a word. Is revolving a word? I don't know if it is. right now, right?
You got it, yeah.
Evolving and you're stagnated. Stagnated is just the same as being dead, right? So you have to keep fulfilling something in you, right? Don't stop. Don't get discouraged. I done had events where only 2 people came up, and then I done had events with 40 or 50 people, right? Going, keep being consistent, keep being adamant about what you want and what you need, right? And I feel like as a community, it's really time for us to start coming together. I cannot stress this enough. We're like the only people in America that glorify our demise and glorify our extinction. And what I think is we're seeing it in real time. So it's like we're not really seeing the extinction of the Black race yet, because it's like, okay, we living through it. But there's no way that Black people only make up not even 20% of the population. Like 50% of our population. Latinos are surpassing us now, and we've been here way longer than them, right? How are we not neck to neck as a population with white people? You get what I'm saying? We didn't been here 400 years. How are we only 10 or 15% of the population? Make that make sense. We're seeing the extinction in real time, and if we look 30 or 40 years from now, we'll be down to 6% of the United States population, right? Because we've come to glorify and normalize our extinction, and we're not seeing it that. But I want to say words like extinction. I want to say words like genocide. I want to say words like discrimination, because that's what we have to instill in our youth and in our people. Don't normalize death. Our youth normalize dying. Like y'all not growing up to be men. Y'all not making it past the man stage. Like y'all dying as babies. We're normalizing babies dying. There's something wrong with the culture where we gotta shift it. I don't like that.
Yes, and I think something you said when you brought up the word paralyzed, when I tell you that hit, because that is such a soul-shaking word, because people don't realize that they say fear, there's like a saying, fear has 2 meanings. You either forget everything and run, or you face everything and rise. And it's like we have that fight or flight in a lot of these situations. And recently we've been flight. Recently we've been, shying away from the truth and what's really going on nowadays. And I think that's hurting our community, of course, more than it's helping. Because sometimes we sweep these issues under the rug, and we feel like because it's out of eyeshot, it's out of earshot, it's no longer a problem. But really, it's just the dust is collecting. It's collecting. And that's why the events that you're doing too that are coming up soon, which I want to definitely touch base on, that's why those are so important, because you're bringing everybody together. It's time let's get under the rug, guys. Let's lift the rug up, okay? Get the dust, shake it out, maybe even hang it out outside like they used to do back in the day. That's what we need to do. Yes. And I want you to tell us a little bit more about some dates, some things you have coming up for your events.
Okay, so every year for Black Genocide, we do a theme just to make it fun, engaging. Yes. So serious all the time. So
yes,
this theme is healing through nature, and I feel like as a people we've been disconnected from nature through colonization, right, and brainwashing and conditioning. So we have to get back to knowing that we are one with nature. So this year's theme is healing through nature, and so we had 2 events that just passed. One was at a waterfall, the untold story of Mother Water. The other event was back to our roots. Learning about healing through herbs and plants, because again, that was our way of healing for thousands of years. Yes. So finale event that's coming up, super excited about it, July 20th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's called Gaia at the Oasis. We're going to be at Oasis Garden. Shout out to Brother Gregory Muhammad at Oasis Garden. It's going to be there. We're going to be doing garden painting. We're going to be doing herb potting. There are going to be a few speakers. We're going to food, of course, fun, engaging, healing. It's going to be in the atmosphere, and I want people to know that it's a safe place for our people. So that's this Sunday, July 20th, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Oasis Garden, 40 South Decker.
Yes.
40 South Decker, right off 3rd Street. It's the whole other side. That's the whole other side.
You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm super excited that that's the event that we're wrapping up from, because we've been canvassing different events, Truce hotline. So that's just a fun and engaging and healing way to wrap up everything that we've been doing to bring in Black Genocide Awareness Week and just within Self-Genocide Awareness Week.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, you know what, this is definitely bigger than just a conversation. This is definitely a call to consciousness, okay? And I'm you like that? Did you like that? I'm glad you like that. Thank you. I thought, hey, I'm glad you like that. I do hope that something was sparked in somebody from this conversation.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yes, I really do pray. I want to see more of our young men and our young women out here. I want to see more action. I want to see more steps being taken. I want people to feel spontaneous and confident enough to even come to these events and say, hey, I actually want to do something. Can I help? Even if you wanted to give out food, you wanted to give out flyers, you wanted to help spread the message, whatever action is a good action. And I need us to start taking it. Okay. We can no longer be complacent. We can no longer sit still because the bones start to get brittle. Okay. Rigor mortis is starting to set in. We need to get moving. Okay. And really exercise that muscle. But knowledge is power. You have knowledge, Miss Ma'am. And I love that. I love that. And this is somebody that I want everybody to come and meet. Okay. If they wanted to reach you on social media, how can they reach you? What are some of your handles?
Instagram, CUF, CUF_foundation. Instagram, our website, which is, what's our website name, y'all? CUFnonprofit.org. CUFnonprofit.org. And then our phone number, which is 937-343-5707. That's 937-343-5707.
Yes, I need y'all to be writing this down. Okay, she said it twice. But no, I really want to thank you for not only your voice. I want to thank you for your vision. I want to thank you for the action that you have been taking and the things that you have incorporated, okay, in our life, in our community. And I love it. It is very refreshing to hear. And we need more young women, our young, beautiful women, okay? we need them to be tapping into this kind of thing. Okay. And then of course she listed a lot of places where you can get in touch with her if you ever want to get in contact, if you guys ever want to, of course, collaborate for some kind of event or anything like that in the future. I need you guys to be there Sunday. I need y'all to be there. Okay. This is a event. This is a place to be for sure. And then of course, all the links to follow Rickia, of course, are going to be in the description. I'm hoping that we have everything listed down there for you. And then for us as well, definitely keep following along with our nonprofit, Knowledge for Life, and Word Around Town. Of course, the program that you are watching this amazing show on right now. Okay, we need you guys to tap in. And then I do want to touch base on the Purple House as well. We have been, of course, making efforts towards renovating the Purple House and just filling it back up with life. Okay, we want this to be a community hub. We want this to be a place that people come to for information, for a sense of community, because it really takes a village. It really does. Whenever we're together, we're our strongest. And knowledge brings people together. Art brings people together, like Miss Rickia is doing. Nature brings people together. We want to incorporate all those things to make this the safest space for everybody within our community. I also want you guys to, of course, join our Facebook group. Again, we're going to have all the links down in the description for both Rickia and for Word Around Town. And then we have a newsletter as well. We want you to kind of be like front row seat with everything that's happening around the Purple House. Any events that we have coming up, we'll let you guys know as well. And Rickia, I want to thank you so much for your time today. You are amazing. You answered the questions beautifully. And I'm so glad that you were here with us.
Thank you for having me. You're a real interviewer. Shout out to me. Hey.
Thank you. I try, you know, but I want to thank you so much. I really do. And then I will be seeing you Sunday.
And we might, we'll talk about that afterwards.
We might have something. There you go. There you go. But I want to thank everybody. I'm sorry.
For the support. I appreciate it, Queen.
Yes, ma'am. I love it. And I'm glad that I met you and we had to do this. I want to thank everybody for watching Word Around Town today. This is Boycotting Self-Genocide. Let's get the message spread. We want as many people as possible to know what's going on. When you're in the know, knowledge is power. Yes, ma'am. Boycott self-genocide. You see it? And I need.
Y'all know what the leading cause of death? What the leading cause of death is for Black men? Yeah. Homicide. Homicide has been the leading cause of death for Black men between ages 14 to 44 for over 55 years. So what these Black men and me are doing out here is calling the boycott to self-genocide, which is we do Black Genocide Awareness Week. So from the 13th to the 20th, you can't fight, shoot, kill another Black person. We calling for a Black Truce Week, a moment to live in peace and harmony within the Black community. Which peace and harmony, we don't really hear that in our community. Are y'all familiar with the Willie Lynch letter?
Something like that.
So I feel like the Willie Lynch letter should be a mandatory read in every Black household. So he was a slave master, and they bought him here from the West Indies.
Y'all got a Facebook page? I need y'all to pass the
Or
word.
Instagram.
If y'all could, I'm gonna give y'all. I want to give y'all this right here. Where it say attack on Black man, but they done took the weapons.
How you know I got something here?
I know you. Y'all can take this picture of it and post it on y'all's Facebook.
In the fast-paced world of digital marketing, it is crucial to stand out. Welcome to Black Sage Media Productions, your one-stop shop for all things digital. We specialize in creating engaging social media marketing videos that captivate audiences and drive results. In need of a unique logo, our innovative designers can craft a symbol that truly captivates your brand's essence. Our website design services ensures a seamless and engaging user experience, keeping the visitors hooked. Capture the world from a different perspective with our drone photography. Our skilled pilots can get those breathtaking aerial shots that leave a lasting impression. Want to connect with your audience in real time? Our live streaming service lets you do just that. Stream events, webinars, or simply connect with your followers for a more personalized experience. And don't forget our graphic design services. From compelling infographics to eye-catching banners, we bring your ideas to life. At Black Sage Media Productions, we don't just create content, we create experiences. Connect with us today and let us elevate your brand together.